Hey there, friend. How you doing? Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. We're going to check in and do a you versus them. So whether it is divine feminine, divine masculine, but we're going to look at your side, their side, and see what is going on between the connection. And yeah, what you need to know. So something around the heart chakra space is just flipped over. All right, let's get into it. Pisces. Just to let you know, this week I have opened up private sessions. If you want to get a hold of that, feel welcome to jump in, take advantage of the special opportunity I'm putting out there. It is the first link below in the description. Okay, for your side, Pisces, you've got Angel of Balance and Angel of Strength coming on in. One more. And you've got Storm Warning. I'll dive in a bit more in a second. Let's have a look at their side and currently what the energy is currently for your person. They have got patience, walking away. One more, thank you, Spirit, for the masculine. And Goddess of the Moon. So right now, looking at your energy and their energy, it seems like for you, Pisces, right now, you're more focused on how to build a more balanced, connected self. That's where the focus seems to be, more on self. I feel like right now that you're trying to maintain your own energy, you're trying to stay controlled, and you're trying to stay focused here right now, because perhaps, if you allowed yourself in some way to share all the things that come up in your world, your thoughts, your feelings. Maybe you feel that if you brought that up, it could cause, some form of disruption. It's not that you are, withholding necessarily your truth. Sometimes I think naturally as humans that we feel a lot and we think a lot and we try to decipher what that is and why that's coming up. And I feel that could be a little bit of a space that you're in now and then, and you're trying to navigate yourself. In terms of the other energy that you're dealing with here, there's something where they could be holding back with this patience energy. That's like the Temperance card. They're trying to, same thing too, see where things are going. There could be some contemplation here, or an area of their life that they need to move away from. So there could be a pause or a little bit of a slowdown in this connection or situation. Maybe they are thinking of walking away. We'll see more on what that's particularly about. But Goddess of the Moon is Venus energy. Venus is moving into Taurus, if it hasn't already at the time of this reading. Venus is very home in Taurus, and Venus is a lot about attraction, magnetism. In Taurus, it's about stability, it's about relationships and defining those relationships and what they mean. Just having a peek underneath, we've got Magician in the Mirror, the first chakra, Archangel Michael, and anxiety. So there could be something right now where you're trying to manifest, call in certain things in regarding this dynamic, but something about the stability is still not on 100% solid ground. So that's how this is coming on through. Let's see if we can get a little bit more with the Kipper cards to see what more of this is about. Angel of Balance, thank you, Spirit. One more. Thank you. So we've got imprisonment, community, and gift. Let me just bring out more on the other energy and what's underneath. We've got wealthy man, mailman, and courthouse. So someone could be still dealing with a former separation of some kind, or some other situation where again, I feel like there's something here that the masculine or the other energy that you're dealing with is still trying to navigate in their life, potentially clear out and get into a place where they're making decisions and feeling strong in themselves. Courthouse can come in a few different ways. Courthouse is number 5, which is, a lot about change. It could also be to maybe, there's conversations or situations that, again, that they're trying to resolve. When we look at your energy, Pisces, with the imprisonment, the community and gift, it feels like you're more focused on yourself right now, even though there is this connection and this connection or situation is on your mind. It seems like you're just feeling a bit stuck in, it's kind of like 8 of Swords energy is what's coming up here, okay, with the energy. It feels like you're kind of stuck on potentially where you want to be, who you want to be around and with, and what you can give to a situation or just in your life. What is that thing that captures your attention, that gets you motivated, that drives you? And I feel like you're doing work, self-work, again, really looking at yourself and your life. And something about this, with this gift energy, number 8, it's like you're waiting or knowing that there's something that's going to arrive. Whatever that is, though, perhaps you're not 100% sure what that is, but you have this feeling that something that you're desiring, something that you're wanting is coming in closer. But I do feel you're trying to maintain your energy. I feel like you're trying to maintain and, just you're wrapping yourself up a little bit is how it feels when it comes to, I just feel like you want to say something or want to express something or want to put something out there, but you're feeling a little bit stuck on how to handle it, and it's kind of dwelling there underneath. And again, I just feel like you're trying to control that. I don't know if it's you're worried what people may think or what the response might be back, but I feel like you're holding back a bit, but you're doing it for good reason. We do have the mature man, distance, horizon, and marriage. So it's like you're waiting for someone to show up here and show you who they are or where they're going or what's going on here. But at the same time, I see that you're still focused on self and working towards making something happen for yourself, Let's see what's hidden here. Let's see what's hidden here on the feminine side, what they may not be sharing. So I've got the 2 of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Death energy. So it seems like right now that you potentially here are looking, again, you're a bit in assessment mode. You're looking at a situation. You're looking at this situation. You're looking at what the potential can be. I think you're trying to understand, is this something that's going to come together or stay together and hold strong? Is this something that can be revived? Is there something here that can be a potential new beginning? But for some of you, you could also be looking at, is this something, with whatever information that you're finding, what should you be doing with this? That's what it seems like right now. And you may not be expressing that to this person, but it just seems like there's something more here. About your assessment. There's something that you're either trying to uncover or learn here to help you make a decision. And that's what you could be holding back. Maybe that's something you don't want to bring up and address. Maybe you've tried to have a conversation about something before, but you're just feeling like, if anything, you want to maintain your energy around this situation. In terms of masculine, what they're hiding, they're hiding something. I don't know if some of you have been addressing someone's intentions at some point in time, if you've been wondering where they're at, if you've been wondering if they're giving you all the information, and maybe you've brought this up before, and again, why you're holding back a little bit, because it seems here that there's something that, either 2 parts, if there was any deception or was anything that wasn't honest or true, I feel like that those hard parts could be over, but there's something here about this energy that they may be worried to tell you, because this is hidden energy, of what the impact will be. So I feel whatever this deception or whatever this energy is, I do feel like that's come to an end, but maybe intuitively you felt something and knew something, and I don't know, I feel like some of you have either addressed this at some point, but you've been waiting, you've been watching, you've been navigating this situation on what you should be doing next. I know you're seeking a change in this dynamic. I can see that. I think you're also potentially, for some of you, looking at moving away or ending this dynamic. But I don't know if you're looking for a reason to. That could be the other part. It's interesting because I feel like you're kind of feeling each other's energy in some way. Let's see what the feminine wants to say to the masculine. So Pisces, you've got, we've got a lot of cards that came out. I wasn't expecting all that. You've got the Six of Swords, the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Wands, and Justice energy. It's like you just want peace in this connection. You just want things to level out and balance out. That's what you're kind of telling them. But something here feels a bit of pressure that you're experiencing. Maybe when you met this person or this situation, you felt like this was kind of a divine connection, a meaningful meet, when you guys came into each other's lives. But there seems to be like another energy around is what this feels like. And I think that's what you're trying to understand. What does this other energy mean, or this situation mean? And I feel like there's a little bit of pressure here. I don't know if someone is going through a divorce, and that could be the walking away, and maybe someone's asking you to hang in, hold on here, but you're definitely feeling it. And I really feel that you're asking the masculine or the other energy, subject to which one you are, to kind of work with you, and let's figure this out. I feel like you just want more openness, more honesty, more directness, more understanding, because there is something special I feel about this connection that for you, but it's also got you questioning it. Let's see what the masculine has to say regarding their current energy towards you. What does the masculine have to say? So Ace of Cups. Seven of Cups. Page of Cups, and the Chariot. I do feel this person thinks about you a lot, and they want you to know that. I do feel that you've brought something new and special to this person's life. I mean, these are all cups energy. So underneath, there's a lot of emotional components here for this masculine or this other energy that you're dealing with. And I feel like they want to progress in this connection with you. That's what they want you to know. There's something about what's on their mind here. I just want to get a little bit more on this Seven of Cups, on what it is that they're thinking about here. Yeah. It's something about getting on the same page and whether you guys can. Because maybe there has been some challenging moments that you guys have been experiencing together. But they still feel that this I mean, again, Chariot energy is Cancerian energy. We are moving towards the end of the month into Cancerian season. So there can be something here about, just wanting to lead this connection in the right way. I definitely feel, that their heart's opening more. But they could be dealing with other things right now as well, which I do feel that you could be aware of, but they may not be talking about it as much. And that's what the challenging part is for you, it seems. It's just, maybe for you, it's important to have transparency, which is totally understandable. And maybe you feel that's where things are hidden, and maybe that's a big part here of what they're feeling, or what's underneath is like, what is it going to take for you to believe them, perhaps? Let's dive in a little bit further to see where this connection is going. Where is this connection going? Thank you, Spirit. Where is this connection going? So we've got the Two of Cups again. We've got the Hanged Man and the Two of Pentacles. We have the Star energy. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Ace of Wands. The Six of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Swords. Yeah, right now the connection, there still is this energy of hope. I think there's, people, you, them, kind of looking at, where is this connection going? There's definitely a connection here. There's definitely feeling here. But it seems right now something is a little off kilter. And I do feel that you both, I think in some way, are trying to be vulnerable. I think you both are also working through your own experiences right now, trying to work towards, the best thing for yourself and for each other. The Star card can be a lot around vulnerability, around feelings, about also staying grounded. And that's where this storm warning energy could be coming in for you, Pisces. There is something here that does need to change with this Eight of Cups. Someone may need to walk away from something, or I just feel like there's still a little bit of a question here of someone's intentions and motivations and the way they're showing up to this, because ultimately someone may not be feeling here truly valued in the way that they want, or could be very focused on what the expectation is and what makes someone feel valued, seen, heard, appreciated. But it's a lot around the action, because it's a Six of Wands energy. But I feel here with this King of Swords, you may need to open up, talk more about this with someone. I still feel like there's more underneath that's not being revealed here. Share more, Spirit. Yeah, I feel like someone just feels a little bit stuck right now. I don't know if this is you or them, or you're both experiencing a similar thing but not really opening up and sharing in full. I do feel like you guys are trying to be vulnerable. I do feel like you guys have spoken about certain things and opening up. But there's some trust here that I feel is a component, whether or not you're trusting this situation. There's something here that you're really trying to navigate, learn, understand about this energy that you're dealing with. And I feel right now it's not clear cut, I do feel if there's been things that have been keeping you up, maybe right now you're you're trying to move away from that and focus more, like I said, on yourself, on your work. And this could be vice versa energy. But I do feel, that someone is going to make a decision here around staying in a situation or staying in a certain thought process or staying in a certain energy. I feel like someone's trying to work something here. When I say work something is, how to remove yourself from being worried or feeling stuck in a situation. And the best thing to do, or for yourself, if you are in that, is take care of you first. Focus on your goals, focus on your ambitions, focus on feeling good about you and where you're at in your life. And whether this energy is going to meet you there. Because I can see that, with this 9 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Temperance energy, and 2 of Swords, there's still this protective energy. I feel like you're willing, or they're willing, this energy together is willing to keep working on it. That feels pretty clear here, but I still feel this is a touch and go energy, okay? I feel like this could take some time because I think there's still protective energy here, trying to understand what this connection is. I just feel like someone's not 100% certain, and the certainty is purely because it's like someone's looking for something and I don't know if it's actually there. That's how this feels. Let's see if there's anything else hidden that we need to see here. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else that we need to see here that we're not seeing? And the advice behind this. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, one thing that's coming through with this message is I want you to think of the energy that you were when you first came in touch with this connection or this situation. What type of energy were you showing up as? Okay, independent, strong, together. Like what type of energy? And together I mean like you didn't worry what people thought. You knew who you know who you are, you know what you want. And I think sometimes when we get into connection and our walls come down, naturally people see parts of us and our vulnerabilities. And this is what could be happening, is that naturally through relationship, because I feel like this is more a newer connection, okay? Sometimes with this, as people learn more about each other, you're seeing people raw, you're seeing people real. Well, that's what you want to believe. But I feel if you've been through hurt and you've been through trauma and you've been through experiences where people haven't shown up in full truth and full real mode, that your heart is opening up, you're caring a lot for this person, and vice versa. Maybe you believe in what they say, you're wanting to trust them, but sometimes you need consistency 100%, and reality is people aren't 100% consistent. But if there's something that changes or shifts, you may think that something's naturally wrong. Because what I see here is that a big part is the way that you are valued in this situation. But it seems to be related to a feeling and the way someone holds space and carries you. And I feel like if there has been some conversations, that these conversations, I think you're trying to understand and navigate like what's actually happening here. I just feel like someone feels a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit like something is wrong. But I can see here someone, you guys want to work together. There's care here. I think you're just finding how do we get to the bottom of this? How do we get honest about this? How do we balance this out? And I feel like if things do feel a little unsettled, maybe someone is going through some legalities, as I said, a divorce, a separation. Maybe there's something else when it comes to legal stuff. But there is some reflection here on the past that seems to be coming up here. And as I said, the past could be maybe what you guys had in the beginning. Maybe it could be where you've been, what you've experienced, and what you're trying to also manifest and create in your life. And I think the energy just feels a little bit, I don't know, funny is the word, a little bit off, but I don't know if anything's actually going on. It just seems like there's two energies that are operating separately, but I feel are trying to come together. And doing that is not easy. But at the same time, Pisces, I can see that you're wanting to take care of yourself and foremost, because you don't want to be put in a situation where you have been before, where you've given everything, shown up in every way, and then something has happened like a tower energy. And then you find yourself raw, vulnerable, and I don't know, maybe on your own, people have taken your shit, whatever your situation has been in the past. So I feel like there's like this little bit of rocky ground, but it could also be something that someone's projecting or someone's reflecting on where they've been. And that's all the information that you could be naturally collecting, right, with your own hypervigilance. But I do see that there's care here. I do see that there's love here. And I feel like you're both wanting and willing to do the work together. But it's like, how do we bring this into trust, into balance, into harmony? And that seems like where this connection is kind of sitting right now. I'll do a revisit next week and see what more we can, dive into. So be gentle on yourself. I think staying, focused, like I said, on yourself and your inner world right now is going to be really important to you, because I do sense you're feeling a little stuck. But at the same time, something good's coming towards you. And I think that's what it is that you're waiting for, is to see that, to receive that. But yeah, just be gentle on yourself, friend. I'm going to leave it there. I'll speak to you later. Bye.